Hello, this is Lolly. I'm doing a reboot, sharing my new JJZ, which is my junk journal Z-shape journal. So basically I was on Pinterest and I saw a photo that inspired me to alter and come up with my own idea here. So I tried to follow the link to find out who originally created the other one, and the link is broken. But under this video, in the description underneath, I will put a link to the actual photo, but there's no credit to who did it, okay? So hers was like an M shape, like this, okay? And so she had a signature here, here, and then another one here. But then it didn't lie flat on the table, so I thought I would cut off that last part of the spine here, or the cover, make mine a Z shape, and you can see what I'm talking about. Z for the cover. I got a signature here and here. And then because it's bulky this way and it's bulky that way, it kind of levels it out and evens out the bulk of it. Okay, so I will show this to you, and then I'll show you the cover and the dimensions and how I made it. Okay, this is a poinsettia that was actually on a Christmas card. I fussy cut it out and put some flat back rhinestones on it. I just have some jingle bells on the front. I thought about other closures, but I just really wanted to wrap the ribbon or whatever you have around it. So first signature, and you can see what I did here. I backed this, I backed with matching paper here. I backed this signature with matching papers, and then I have matching papers on the covers. Okay, now let's start. The first signature is right here. I still use a lot of junk paper, and I used a lot of tea stain, coffee stain papers, some stamping in it. And I also use some Christmas papers in it. So this is wrapping paper. This is a photocopy of an old grit paper from 1929. I have a Christmas tag there. And I used the Beacon Fabri-Tac to glue on some lace. There's a dictionary page. I used the Fabri-Tac to glue this edging on. This is a time card. Another coffee stain paper that a friend gave me. And this is just scrapbooking paper. Do not open until December 25th. I like stamping in gray ink because it makes it already look vintage. And I used Christmas tree hole punches to cover up my thread ends. Okay, Santa Claus in there. This says 'Tis the Season, and it's in a dark green color. Crunchy paper. And this one has another tag. This tag is from Ephemera's Vintage Garden download. Now this hole punch, I was looking for a really pretty delicate border punch, and I found this one. It's by Fiskars, and it's Daisy Dew, D-E-W. I love it. Another Merry Christmas, and that's the end of that signature. Now I have a video on how to do a pocket that's shaped like this. This is all one piece. This is not a heart glued onto a pocket. I'll share that video with you, and I'll also share with you the video on basic junk journal tutorial, so you'll know how to just do a basic putting signatures in there, etc. This is the back one now, and this is a zipper here. See that? It's a metal zipper, and I call it a lolly zippy. And I will give you also links to 2 videos I have about using zippers on paper. And that one I just cut out a piece of the zipper and glued it behind the pocket using the Fabri-Tac. More coffee stain. And this is not a coffee stain, it's a coffee spray. I didn't spray it really well, but I sprayed it and then blow dried it. There's a hem page there. And this is a snack bag. This Be Merry. Got a little Santa in there. This was the cover of a pad of paper, but I thought that was kind of cute too. 25 sheets. Anyway, this is a receipt. And this tape measures nowadays are all plastic, but this was an actual fabric tape measure. It was very old, and I found it at a thrift store, and I figured since it was fabric, it would glue in with that Fabri-Tac really well, and it did. I thought it was really cute. I got the little end on it there. Very vintagey. I like papers that have their original holes in it too. I thought those are really cute. That's the back of that pad. And this is the back of the envelope, and it's still got a little pocket there, but I didn't do anything with it. This says do not open until December 25th. And if a paper is too long, just fold it over so it'll fit in there. It's graph paper. This was a square white envelope that I got at the thrift store and coffee stained it. This postcard is a graphic download from Femmer's Vintage Garden. And there's the back of that first signature. Okay, let's put this aside and I'll show you how I did the cover. So the signatures, when folded, are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is, if you have an 8 1/2 by 11 sheet of paper and you fold it in half, then, of course, I say cut it in half, an 8 1/2 by 11, cut in half. Then when you fold that, that's the size this is, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so if you want your cover to be all one piece, you need to cut it at 13 1/2 by 5 3/4. Now I realize that most of us don't have paper that's longer than 12 inches, but this is a file folder, so a file folder works. This is also too long for my paper cutter, so I had it measured out with a ruler. And once you get, and it's a nice cover, nice weight for using a file folder. Once you get it cut, you want to score it at 4 1/2 and 9. And I just hand drew this. These are not precise, but that's where you would want to score it. 4 1/2 and 9. It'll give you 3 even-sized covers so that you'll have a nice Z there. If you don't have ability to get to a 13 1/2 paper, you can do it in 2 sections, 9 1/2 by 5 3/4, scored at 4 1/2 and 9. That will leave a little tag at the end here, and one more piece at 4 1/2 by 5 3/4, and you just want to glue that down right next to that, up to that 9, and now again you will have 3 sections here to be able to fold into your Z. Once you have this attached, or well, let's just show it this way here. Once it's all attached the way you want it, I cut out papers that were 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. In other words, the size of one of these. I cut 2 that matched here for one signature. Then I put the back cover here. I put 2 that matched here for the other signature, and the front cover here. You see how that would be the front cover. So 6 altogether, 6 panels of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then once I glued that all together, I Mod Podged the front and let it dry, and I Mod Podged the back and let it dry. And that gives it a nice sturdiness before punching holes in to sew in the signatures. So I have several links to give you in this video down below, so make sure you open the description under the video to find all those links. Thank you for watching and for giving me a thumbs up on my videos. It really helps my channel. And also, if you're on Facebook, feel free to stop by and like my page, facebook.com/lollypalooza, and that way we can actually be in touch and you can ask me questions on there.